I'm ready to continue on with cabinet refinishing. The inside where the turntable is, it's got a few scrapes and things that I'm hoping to take care of for the most part with this Howard's Restore Finish mahogany, and to apply it using 000 steel wool. And then after that's all done, and then I will finish by using Howard's feed-in wax, and that should come out pretty good. Not going to go through all the trouble of stripping the finish and doing the whole thing, but that will be good enough for a present. And so let's continue. I did take the 3 screws that are holding this inside panel out. This is kind of interesting. I pulled out the panel. I'll be able to finish this off separately, make it easier. One thing that was interesting, see this piece of paper here? Okay, I pulled it out, and on the inside, if anybody's got a clue what the heck this means, I hope you can see this, but it says grill rat. What the heck does that mean? Grill rat. So anyways, basically what I'd like to do here is, if I can take off this grill as much as possible, so this Restore Finish won't get on it. That's what I'm going to try doing. So the next step is to try to get that whole grill front off. Okay, there's 4 screws that hold the speaker bracket. I think I'll take a picture of everything for reference. Sometimes the flash helps, sometimes it makes it worse. Thing is loosening up nicely, so I think it looks like it's going to come out in one piece, and that's okay by me. Okay, the glass, actually it's plastic. The plastic on here, it's really nice shape. It's just about perfect. So I don't even know if I'll even use Novus number 1 on that. I might just leave it alone, clean it maybe a little bit. Nice zigzag pattern here. You can see that. Okay, put that aside safely. And here's the speaker bracket. And I'll put that with the 4 screws that go with that aside. Alright. And I'll turn the cabinet so you can see it. There you go. So, now when I use the Restore Finish, I don't have to worry about getting it on the grill, the plastic and all that stuff. It's really nice. There's a little light here. I don't think I'm going to worry about it too much. That's the on indicator. Just to let you know, if you had it on the phono player and you weren't hearing anything, you might not know it's on, but the pilot light will be on and shining through here, and go, oh yeah, I got to turn it off. I'm not playing any records, so I'm pretty sure that's why that's there. I'll see if I can get that off easily. If not, I'll just leave it. I think I need my flashlight to see it a little better. Yeah. I'm not sure how they mounted this. There's a little fiber. Let's see this. Yeah. See my finger? Yeah. Little fiber washer here. And I really don't see a way to. You can see, well, hopefully you can see in the camera, the light shining through there. What it looks like. And if I can remove this easily, I will. If I can't, I'm not going to touch it. Well, it is turning. There it is. It looks like it's just a compression fit. That you drill a hole, then there's these little, you won't be able to see it probably, but there's these little things here that when you can actually press in the sides. So they flare out, press against the side of the hole, and it just keeps it in there with pressure. It was kind of almost a little too easy to take out. Yeah, now it's pretty loose. So either I'm going to glue it, or maybe I'll try spreading these a little bit so it fits tight again like it did originally. So I'll put that aside. And now there's nothing in the way of applying the finish. So that's going to work out nice. And let me make sure the fiber washer didn't fall out. No, it's still in there. So the next step, I think, is in there. It's pretty grungy. Not like greasy or anything, but it's like dust, and I'm going to see if I can get a little bit of this off. I think the turntable edge hits here, and that's what, scratched this up. The springs can only keep the turntable up so high, but if you press down hard enough, the edge is going to hit, and I'm sure that's what's happened in the past. When I put the turntable back in there, you may not even be able to see this, because I don't remember seeing this with the turntable in there. But one thing this is nice is, see this inside lip here? I don't know how this restore finish is going to come out. So what I can do is I can test a little sample just on the inside and never be seen, and see if I like it. If I like it, then I'll do the rest of the cabinet. If not, maybe I'll take a different route. And something else to show you. I said at a previous video that there's no way to output the audio the way it was made at the factory. And relative that I'm giving this to wants to record 78s and then convert them to MP3s. So I took a Forstner bit and I slightly made this hole slightly bigger than an RCA jack. Okay, and then I drilled a hole all the way through, then I glued this little block in. It's only glued, it's not nailed, it's not screwed, nothing. So in the future, if somebody wants to take it all apart and make it original again, it should be fairly easy to get that block back out. I wanted to do as little damage as possible. Okay, that will sit in there like that, the wires will come out, hook up to the chassis, and then I have a couple of brass screws that I'm going to put in there make it look real nice. And if you hold on a second, I'll show you how the RCA jack is going to go through the Bakelite pack, but I have to go get it. Be right back. Okay, so one thing I needed to do to make this is I needed to put the block somewhere where it wouldn't affect the chassis location. Chassis location is okay because it comes out to about here. And then it mounts to a baseboard. Up here, there's a turntable to worry about. Okay. One of the keepers that's attached to the spring that prevents the turntable from pulling out is actually located here. So if I put this 2x3 block here, no, sorry, I think it's a 1x3. Anyways, this block here I positioned it in a place. So when you put the Bakelite back on, I didn't want to modify this in any way, form, at all. I want to keep everything as stock as possible. But I measured it out that when you put it all together, there you go. You can just plug in your RCA plug right in there. Okay, and it'll come out fine. Don't have to touch this at all. And it doesn't really look like it's modified at all. Except for this block and this connector, it's not. And in the future, it's easy to remove, and this thing will be completely stock again. So I think this will work out fine. So next step is to see if we can clean the inside here a little bit more with what I'm going to use. If I didn't say it already, was I got this tip from someone else that the real orange goop works good for cleaning grime and everything off of the wood. I don't remember what he said he cleaned it off with though, but I think I'll just you clean it off from your hands with water, so I guess I'll just use a wet rag and dry it, and I think I'm good to go. And then I can try the inside here with the refinishing. So time to get a rag. This old sock should work okay. I can see already it's doing a nice job, and I just barely started. You can see all that right there. This is going so good. I was just planning on doing this here with this, but I might do the whole thing. Yeah. Who told me this little tip was the guy who runs B. Anderson TV. Saw it in one of his videos, and it's the first time I've tried it, and hey, it's working wonders. And it's only about half of this inside circumference, and you can see it's already taken off a lot. I'll just go ahead and turn this around. In fact, what I'm going to do here is take a picture for my future reference of what it looks like, the transition from the goop part to the part I haven't done yet. There really is a big difference. Cool tip. Also, he said too is what you don't want to use is, you know, goop. They have this orange stuff, and they also have a product that's got more. I believe it's got more petroleum distillates in it, and it's the white stuff. it gets it off your hands really nice, but it would be probably pretty bad for the finish. So you don't want to use the white stuff. Just use the real orange stuff like this. I guess it's citrus based instead of petroleum based, and I guess that makes all the difference right there. Well, that came out pretty nice. I'm going to continue on here. Actually, this is coming out so nice that if I try that restore finish on the inside lip here, and I don't think I like the way the color looks, I might just go ahead and just leave it the way it is here after going over it with the goop, washing it out, you know, with water, let it dry, and then just put the Howard's feed-in wax. Yeah, Howard's feed-in wax on the top. It would have been easy if the bottle was with me, but it's not, so I forgot the name, of course. Yeah, I like the way this is coming out. You wouldn't believe how light this cabinet is. It feels like it's about 2 pounds, 3 pounds. Must be a pretty soft wood. In fact, I can tell it is anyways, because the screws, you can tell, are very easy to put in, so it must not be a very strong wood. It's definitely not oak or anything. I don't know what kind of wood it is. But a pretty big scrape here. I don't know if you can see this. This is where Howard's Restore Finish might come in really good compared to, and there's a little bit of alligator ring too. And Howard's Restore Finish is supposed to help with that too. So I'm pretty sure I'll go over it anyways, but it's this is definitely helping. With that grill and everything out of there now, it's real easy to work here. Just gonna be as sloppy as I want to be. Don't have to worry about getting anything on anything. Okay. The I don't know if you can see it, but there were never any markings on here that I know of. No, nothing that says biome or anything like that. So don't have to worry about rubbing off any lettering or anything because there wasn't any. Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and grab the top of the cabinet. Be right back. All right, here's the cover. There's a little hinge here, and I think I'll remove that before I do anything. It's just 2 straight slot screws. It never can hurt to do this. I'm just going to take a quick picture for referencing. You don't know how many times that saved me. Okay, there's the other one. Alright. I think I'll start with the inside actually. There's a nice couple of gouges here that this is not going to be anything I'm going to be able to do about it. I don't know how that occurred. It happened before I got it. I'm not sure. The restore finish might fill in the color a little bit and blend it in just a bit. Well, next step I think is to wash it all down, dry it out, and try the restore finish. And just a sock with water. Just rinse it off. Simple enough. I'll come back when I'm ready to try the restore finish. Okay, it says on this restore finish, what you want to do is you want to use a soft cloth, quadruple 0 steel wool. And that's what this is. Quadruple 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And what you want to do is when you use steel wool, you want to wipe with the grain, only with the grain. And I'm going to try this inside section here. This won't show, it's on the inside lip of the turntable. And they say you work in small areas and then you wipe off. So that's what we'll do. We'll just try this here and see how the finish looks. Pour a little bit on. A little bit more. Well, I think it blends in quite nicely. That was the mahogany one. And I think I'm going to go for it. It looks good. So, I'll just keep going. I think what I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to switch gears. No, actually, I'm going to go to a section that's kind of bad, right here. Let me move the camera. But my viewfinder is everything's upside down backwards, so there we go. Now you can see the spot there. And pretty good digs there. We'll see what this restore finish will do for that. This stuff does smell. I don't know how bad it is for you, but I'm going to open up a window. Turn on the exhaust fan here. It should help with the fumes a little bit. I just put the cover on too while I'm not using it. Okay. With the grain. Wipe off. This, it did a pretty good job. Now, it's not quite as noticeable. Yeah, let me zoom out. Zoom back in. Yeah, there it is there. This scratch here was a lot more pronounced. So it's really doing a good job. If I continue on, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a heck of a lot better. Let's try another area that looks like it's fairly damaged and see how it comes out. Where was that? I guess here would be a good spot. Yeah, this would be a good spot. Here is a mark, and here is some alligatoring. And let me zoom in here, see it better. Hopefully you can see that. Right. We'll try this spot here and see how this helps. If you can see my old radios, when they take a sharp corner like this, right at the corner it seems to have this alligator skin type finish. And maybe it's just because of the curvature and it dries and then wants to split right there, but this is supposed to help that, so let's see if it does and see what it does with this scratch here. It's not really it's more like a mar, I don't know. We'll see what it does. I'm rubbing with the grain to a small spot. I think it's going to do a pretty good job there. Find a clean spot on the rag. And wipe off. Alright, well that mark is just about gone. Very good. I can see the alligatoring getting progressively worse as I go this way. Let me zoom out, maybe you can see it too. And better on the inside edge where I did. It's really bad right here. Let's see if we can improve on that. But that marring came right, and it feels smooth too. There's a deep scratch over here too that we'll try. This is a big scratch from here to here. I hope you can see that. Let's see what this Restore Finish can do for that. If anything, it should be more pronounced. Yeah, you can see it really good in the camera. Now that it's wet, there it is. Aha! There was a white spot over here. I thought it was the veneer was gone. It's just like a piece of paint or something just scraped right off. That's good. Well, almost done with this side already. It's much smoother. much rougher. It's another big gouge here. There's nothing I can do about this. Hopefully the coloration in this restore finish will help it blend in a little bit, but I'm not expecting too much. But I'm pretty happy with the way it's coming out. Alrighty, that's one side. Just for comparison, I'm going to zoom out and see if you can see the difference. There's the side I just did. Let's flip it over and see the side that I haven't done yet, and see if you can see any difference. The only thing that really stands out is this side is much shinier, but I don't think you can see it, but it's a lot rougher and bumpier. The colors are less blended in because of any little rubbing and scarring and everything, so it's like changes its glossiness. It's I don't know how to put it, but anyways, but this is a more consistent, flatter color, and also very much smoother. Now I think this will shine up nicely once I put the feed-in wax on there. So I guess we'll come back, and I'm almost running out of tape anyways. We'll come back after I do all the sides and the top, wait a half an hour, and then I'll apply the feed-in wax.